Of course, we are starting off with this breaking news out of Hermann, Missouri, where 2 officers were shot overnight.
The suspect remains at large as we speak, and our Sydney Stallworth and our Alex Fees are both live from Hermann for us.
We begin first, though, with Sydney with what we've learned so far this morning. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning, Michelle and Rennie. Right now, I can tell you that this home is surrounded. Police believe the man responsible for shooting 2 Hermann police officers is hiding inside of it. I want to give you a look right now to show you what we see. Now, just moments ago, we actually know that police knocked on the door, but Kenneth Lee Simpson has yet to come outside. Now, this is still a very active scene here. As you can see, we have a presence of Missouri State Highway Patrol on scene, as well as Hermann police. Now, they've been here at least for the past 3.5 hours, really close to 4, in a standoff with Simpson. Now, I want to give you a look at how we got to this point. This tweet of a blue alert was sent out by Missouri State Highway Patrol about 5 hours ago. Now, it's believed Simpson shot at the 2 Hermann officers last night around 9:30 at a nearby Casey's convenience store on Highway 19. It's actually visible from the home that we're at now. 35-year-old Simpson then fled from the scene and is believed to be driving a black Jeep Wrangler. The Missouri license plate on that Jeep is RF5A0P. Now, Missouri State Highway Patrol also believes Simpson made his way to a nearby home here where we are on Market Street, and that he's been evading police since then, despite attempts to get him to come out. Now, the officers who were shot were both taken to the hospital. One was airlifted, and this morning we do know that they are in critical condition. Now, our crew has been on the scene here for several hours, and we've been hearing periodically officers make calls to Simpson inside of the home, telling him to come out, saying they have an arrest warrant from a judge, and telling him that he needs to come out with his hands up. Of course, he has not. And like I said moments ago, they did knock on that door. No response yet. Now, again, officers believe that Simpson is inside this home, but he could be anywhere, and he is believed to be armed. I'm going to pass things over to my colleague, Alex Fees, who has more information on this. Hey, Alex.
Sydney, good morning. That's right. We do hear law enforcement officials periodically on the scene here every few minutes use a loudspeaker to try to communicate with the suspect they believe is inside that home. They're saying things like, come out with your hands up and await instructions on the front porch. We have a warrant to search the premises. This house is entirely surrounded by police. Now, last night, prior to the scene ending up here with the standoff inside the house, law enforcement had issued an alert warning people, if they do come across Simpson, not to have any contact with him, but rather to call police instead, because, again, they considered him, as Sydney alluded to, armed and dangerous. Now, the best information that we have this morning is that those 2 officers that were wounded last night are in serious condition. That comes this morning from Missouri State Highway Patrol officials. Again, suspect Kenneth Lee Simpson, 35, was holed up in a house here in the town of Hermann, Missouri, after a crime last night at a Casey's convenience store right down the street. That convenience store, let's give you a live look at the location here, is less than a couple blocks away from the house across the street. It happened after police officers responded to the call for a crime at that Casey's. The suspect fled to the scene and was tracked to a house near the Casey's and just a couple blocks away, and has been holed up there ever since. That is the latest here in Hermann, Missouri. On behalf of my colleague Sydney Stallworth, I'm Alex Fees reporting.
Thank you, Alex. We're going to bring you the very latest developments from Hermann throughout the morning.
You can also follow updates on KSDK.com as well as the 5 on Your Side app.